Hey everyone! Hey everyone, my name is Elizabeth and I am going to review The Bachelor. This is my first time reviewing any kind of show. I always wanted to do it, so I thought I'd start out with The Bachelor. It's the first Black Bachelor in 25 seasons. 25 seasons. Matt James is his name, Matt James, and he's kind of cute. He's kind of cute. You know, at first when they announced him, I didn't think he was that cute. I thought he looked a little bit like a bird, but I think the more that they show the commercials and things like that, the more attractive I find him. He's not a bad looking guy. He's cute. So the show starts off with him and this montage of like what he does for a living and who he is. He's 28. He works with kids and he's like a really awesome person and he's in shape and everything like that. We skip over to the conversation with his mom. And I always, you know, this is the thing. It's The Bachelor. It's a reality show. You know, there's so many parts of it that are, there's so many pieces that are produced. And I guess I always feel bad when they bring the parents in because the mom has to sit there and have this fake conversation with her son about why and if he's, she's so happy that he's finally looking for love and that he believes in love and all this other bull crap. And I'm like, it was a conversation set up by the producer, so it's a little annoying. Anyway, we get the convo with his mom, and I think, wow, he looks just like his mom. Same legs, same body. And I'm like, I feel for the mom. I'm like, wow, it must be interesting to... That's why having children is such an amazing thing, it seems like. You get blessed with this sort of duplicate copy of yourself. Anyway, I just kept thinking the whole time they were talking is, wow, they look just alike. I mean, they have the same body structure, same skinny legs. I thought that was amazing. Then we get the montage of all of the women, and wow, the women are killing it this season, killing it. I think this is probably the most diverse group of women we've had. Anyway, but the women are beautiful, beautiful. I feel sorry for the ballerina because they gave her so much screen time and then she wasn't even picked. I wanted her. I wanted to see more of her and see how, she would. I just wanted to see more of her. So before the ladies come out, we get this conversation where Matt pulls Chris to the side and has this conversation about being the first Black Bachelor. And when I first watched it, when watching this scene for the first time, I thought he was talking directly to Black women. Because he said he feels pressured by certain groups of people to end up picking a certain race, certain person. And I just felt like in that moment he was talking directly to Black women. I feel like I don't know if there would be any other race or group of people who would feel disappointed if he chose a Black woman or if he chose a white woman or I think he was talking directly to Black women. That's what it felt like. But then watching it again, he said that he feels pressure from himself. So, okay, and that's valid. That's valid. He does have a lot of weight on his shoulders as the first Black Bachelor, and from how he's gonna act, from how he engages with the women to the dates to who he ends up choosing will be scrutinized. So that's just what it is, I guess. There are plenty of reasons for him to feel that pressure and reasons that I don't want to go into right now, but I understand what he was saying. I got it. Overall, he seems like a nice guy, He's 28. He's still really young. This conversation about vulnerability, he seems pretty vulnerable to me. He seems pretty vulnerable to me. So I don't think that that's going to be as big of a problem as he seems to keep mentioning that it is. Now we get to the ladies. The ladies have arrived in the limos and they are pulling up and Matt looks really excited. I like to see the chemistry and see who he's initially attracted to. This is my favorite part of the show. I think a lot of people's favorite part of the show. So Bree is first in the green dress. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I think it made her look like a little girl or something. Okay, so we had Bree, Rachel. So Rachel, and then Rachel's next. He likes Rachel. He likes Rachel, and Rachel likes him for sure. She's the same girl who cried after the prayer, which was like, whatever. We'll get to that later. But he definitely likes Rachel, I think. With Sarah. After that was Sarah with the eyebrows. I don't know. I don't know about her. I feel like, but I do feel like they have some sort of connection with each other. Yeah. They definitely seem to have a connection, Sarah with the eyebrows. And then we get Jasenia and we get Chelsea. Now Chelsea, model with the open dress. I'm not sure. I think that it fit her. I think that it fit her body. That dress fit her body because she's a model, and so she knows how to rock that dress. I don't think anybody else could have rocked that dress like that. It was okay though. I almost wish it was a different color and not black. But for some reason, I don't see a romantic vibe between Chelsea and Matt. He's like, "Oh, I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you're here." I think he wants to like her. He's interested. He wants to get to know her, but I don't know. She didn't seem that interested in him, or something about that connection seems a little dry. But I don't know. Okay, Mari. Wow, Mari's beautiful, and I like the dress. It's like a pink sparkly dress. It looked beautiful on her. He's definitely attracted to her. And the producers want us to be attracted to her as well, because that shot of her ass, really? I said, okay. But he's definitely interested in her. Did you notice that he hugged her? He hugged her before they even he hugged her before they even got to the introductions, really. All the other girls, wait, is that true? I feel like all of the other girls hugged him. They said something, like they introduced themselves. He said something, they said something, and then they hugged, and then the girl would walk into the house. This time, he hugged her before she even said anything. Yeah, he's into her. But looking back though, right? I don't like her chunky shoes. I don't like the chunky shoes with the dress. And also, she might have a lot of makeup on. But whatever. I'm not makeup shaming. I'm just saying that's what it looks like.
Oh, yeah. Hi, Mari. Hi.
Oh, also, it seemed like the girls were shook when Mari walked in. Maggie.
Okay. I came all the way from Ethiopia.
Okay. Maggie is beautiful, but he didn't seem interested in her. Maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm wrong about this, but it seemed like he was bored. He seemed like he was bored. But also at that point, you know, he's already met 10 women at this point of meeting Maggie. And I know his face is tired from constantly smiling over and over and over again, having to smile and look happy for the cameras. And I don't know if he was bored or if he just was tired of smiling. I don't know. But he didn't seem interested in Maggie. But Maggie is beautiful.
The verdict is in.
Kristen, the black girl who's the lawyer. I don't see her lasting very long. The verdict is in, and you have been found hot. Anna reminds me of the girl on Real Housewives of New York. I can't remember her name. Oh my God. She was so nervous. She was shaking. This part is so awkward because they're so nervous. But she pulled out like a clown nose and she was like shaking with the clown. Oh, it was bad. But she seems like a party girl and she reminds me of the girl from Real Housewives, of New York. And I can't remember her name right now, but that's who she reminds me of. Kayla is beautiful and I love that dress. And I'm like, so how they must work out something special with production because how is it that everyone else arrives in limos and only a few get to arrive in all these different kinds of ways? Kayla arrived in a pickup truck, cute pickup truck, by the way. Um, he seemed to like Kayla. He seemed to like Kayla. Kayla seemed a little nervous, but they seem to vibe. And Kayla is beautiful, but they did seem to vibe a little bit. Oh, Serena. Serena. So poor Serena. Poor Serena. The whole time I was thinking that's going to happen. That's definitely going to happen because why do they have stairs? I feel like they put the stairs in purposely. I'm just like, why do they have stairs? I knew someone was going to trip. I knew that was going to happen. And gosh, but you know what though? Serena seems like a silly, goofy kind of person. And I'm glad that Matt laughed it off with her. And she seems like a silly, goofy type of person. I like her. Okay, so then we had a lot of gags. I thought the noodle thing was gross. I thought the noodle thing was gross. That was nasty. That looked uncomfortable. It wasn't cute. That was gross. Someone bringing a pizza. The girl with the goat shoes. I don't know. That was stupid. Yeah, we had the girl who arrived in the lingerie. Which I mean, I get it. That wasn't so bad. That was kind of cute. And she came and you pick what I wear. I mean, it was a lot. It was a little extra, but that was okay. The meatballs, anything with food. I mean, that's just gross. I don't understand. She when did she make the meatballs? They had them in quarantine, so did she just kind of how did she make the meatballs? I don't know. That's just gross. And then the fact that he had to bite into it. Ugh. Okay, obviously Queen Victoria works for the show. I mean, there's no way that's real. I just don't think so. I think obviously she's like a producer or she's just someone they casted for the show to kind of stir things up because she looks a little slovenly. I don't know if that's the word to use. She looks like she's like sleepy or drunk or a combination of both of those things. And I guess she's doing a good job, but it just seems she's doing a good job as like the villain, I guess. But like it seems too, what is the word I'm looking for? It seems too on the nose or something. Because also, like, why would Matt continue to keep picking her? She was a little rude to him when he was talking about drinking out of a fire hose, and she was like, "But what does that mean? What does that mean?" It just was like, is that a Southern thing? He's not interested in her. He's being told to pick her. So that's what that is. So then we finally get back into the house after he meets all of the ladies. And I think that little sort of speech that he gave, I thought that was really nice. I thought that was nice, and I thought that it felt real. It seemed real, and the prayer was nice. It was a nice way to kind of begin everything. And I don't know if we've seen that a bachelor or bachelorette pray before they start dating. And I'm sure that was I'm sure that won a lot of people over, honestly. uh, Rachel crying. Girl, please. Girl, please. I just like felt that like so much. Like I just can't even believe like I'm not even like spiritual. It's just like he prayed and like I felt like everything he was saying. Like it just was like amazing to me. Like he has such a kind heart. Whatever. If she felt that way, I think that was a little much, a little extra. But they like each other. Producers want us to know that they like each other. It's a thing. Oh, the girl with the vibrator, dildo. Lots of teeth. That's mostly what I noticed was her teeth. I didn't really notice too much of the vibrator. I just noticed how big her chompers were. Anyway, the vibrator was that's so I guess it was a funny gag. To be tapped on the shoulder. So in one of the dates, she tapped somebody on the shoulder, and I thought that was kind of gross. And yeah, I wouldn't have liked that either. I wouldn't have liked that either. I guess I really didn't pay too much attention to the conversations as much. It seemed like he had a good combo with Sarah. He had a combo with we saw his combo with Rachel. And then right when we were about to get to know more about Mari, I will say he asked some great questions. He asked some great questions during the conversations, and he seemed like he's genuinely interested in some of these women. And he just seems like a smart guy. I'm starting to like him more. I not like I disliked him, but he seems like a good guy, and now I'm like, I want the best for him now, you know. But he seemed to have some great conversations. But as soon as we got into finding a little bit more about Mari, she was tapped on the shoulder with the dildo. Which, wait, was it her that was tapped on the shoulder with the dildo? Yes, it was Mari that was tapped on the shoulder with the dildo. So that kind of sucked, you know. I can't wait to see more of how some of the other conversations go with some of the other women. But yeah, he's got a lot on his hands, and he's got a lot of beautiful women to choose from. Lots of beautiful, intelligent women to choose from for this season, for sure. So then we get the first impression rose, and it goes to Abigail. And I really like Abigail. She seems really sweet, and that conversation about, how her older sister is also deaf. Her older sister is also deaf, and her older sister sort of paving the way. And because her older sister was able to be so upfront and wasn't her upfront and talked about her disability, and actually talked about it and wasn't afraid to talk about it, gave her the strength to do the same thing. And I think that's awesome. I just think that's so awesome. And yeah, I'm glad that she got the first impression rose. Yeah, he seemed to be really into her. It's just nice to see people. It's nice to see such a diverse group of women, because you get to have conversations that you don't always get to see on television about what it's like to be biracial in this country. What it's just the conversation of race and experience. It's just amazing. It's amazing. Right, rose ceremony. We get the rose ceremony, and it's time for him to pick the ladies. And I always think when it comes, for some reason, this is the only time in the series where I've been like, wait a minute, how does he know everyone's names? He just met these ladies, and it's what, like 25, 30 women? How did he remember everyone's name? As he's calling them to give them the rose, I'm just like, I'm looking to see if there's something in his ear where the producers are like, okay, this person, this person, this person, this person. Because how's he remembering all of the names? I wonder how they set that up for him, or unless he has just a great memory or something like that.
Ladies, I'm sorry. If you did not receive a rose, take a moment, say your goodbyes.
I feel bad for the ladies who didn't get chosen, because to be in quarantine, because I know that they had to be quarantined and tested every day, and multiple COVID tests. But to be in quarantine for, I don't know how long they were in quarantine for, 2 weeks, and then you start the filming of the show, and then that same day to be let go, that sucks. That sucks. So we get to the end of the rose ceremony, and the ballerina didn't make it, and a few other ladies that we didn't really get to hear from didn't make it. I wondered, so wait, what time is this shot? Because why was it like daytime all of a sudden? When the ballerina left, Why was it daytime? I thought it was nighttime. They were having yeah, it was nighttime. There you have it. There you have it. The women are chosen. He has chosen the women, and I am excited to get more into this season and see what it's going to bring and what it's going to be like. For some reason, we're getting more women. It looks like the next episode, even more women are coming, which I don't understand that. I guess it's like I think for this season, it's like a record-setting number of women they have on the show. And again, makes me feel so bad for Tayshia, for the last Bachelorette, because she got kind of the shit end of the stick, I feel like. If that's how you say that. Yes. I feel bad for Tayshia. Anyway, but that is it. That wraps up the first episode of the 25th season of The Bachelor with the first Black Bachelor, Matt James, and it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Please be sure to comment and let me know what you thought of the show, and let me know if I missed anything, because this is my first time reviewing a show. But this was great, and I'll be back for more episodes and maybe to review another show in the future. We'll see. But please remember to like and subscribe to this channel, like this video. I'll be back to review the next episode of The Bachelor. Bye.